Live.
Good evening, Bobcat Nation, and welcome to another edition of the Bobcat Blitz Sports Update. My name is Sean Kirkpatrick. We're coming to you live tonight from the cage, where tonight, Lady Bobcat Basketball has another home game. They're taking on Southeast. That will be a 7 o'clock tip-off. Out in the preserve at 7:30, Lady Bobcat Soccer is going to have their final regular season home game, where I'm hearing there is a scenario where we'll have the ability to host one of the district playoff rounds the following week. As always, coming to you live from our StreamYard studio, WKDW's very own station manager, Mr. John Rawlings.
Oh, don't go pushing
How
that
do you
too
like
much
that title,
now.
John? Come on, it sounds good, doesn't it?
It does sound good. RJ is the executive director, and we've got a great partnership, and we're looking to do a lot of great things here in the community, and this relationship we have with the high school and athletics at the high school is a valuable part of what we're trying to do. And we would like to encourage all the parents help us get involved. If you have an athlete that's currently playing sports right now, go ahead and ask your coach if we can do an interview with your athlete. It's a great opportunity for your athlete, female or male, to be on the show, be part of the live streaming, and it's also a good prep for the next level. We have great coaches like Coach Tillman who really are about next level and teaching athletes how to be better people. This is all about that too. So, Sean, I appreciate that little feed in, but Coach Tillman is a huge part of what we're talking about today, and a great coach at the high school, and he's got a game shortly. So let's
And
talk
before
about
we get to the game part, speaking of community outreach, I saw Mrs. Tillman at the Move Mountains 5K. Not only did she and her daughter run the event, there she is. She's right in front of me during the race. They're also great sponsors of not only high school sponsorship, but as well as Move Mountains. Got to give a huge shout out. We had Olivia on back in December. She was worried about the numbers. They had almost 200 runners on a very cold day. Student athletes all over the place were running as well as volunteering. We're going to get both of them on later on, not tonight, but in the future. We want to talk about post wrap up of how great an event that was for the high school image, because that was a Northport High School footprint. Everywhere I look, there's somebody in Northport High related. So great shout out to Move Mountains, Olivia Bonavento, great race, Miss Nappy, and of course Miss Tillman for stepping up and helping out. Now, I know Miss Tillman from professionally because she's with the medical world, so I kind of overlapped on that. Coach Tillman, great to see you again, sir.
Thank you.
Always a fan, always a great friend of our show. We had him on back in October for the preseason. Let's give us an update. I know we're about, let's say, quarter 4 of the season. We're going to talk about basketball terms. We're winding down here the next couple of weeks.
Yes.
We'll be hitting playoffs not too long from now. What are you seeing this season? Give me some surprises you might have seen, some expectations that are being met. Maybe we don't be negative. Maybe not quite there where you thought. Give us a little update here.
So, as far as schedule wise, right now we're sitting at 8-8. We played Port Charlotte last night. We lost. We lost by 9 points, which is a big difference from the first time we played them back in December, where we lost by 43. So it was a big improvement on that aspect. As far as players go, we had a surprise freshman come out that I didn't expect. Serenity Humphrey. She's a pretty good player for her age. Unfortunately, she had a very bad knee injury when we were down in Key West.
I remember that.
So she hasn't played since, and I don't think she'll be playing for the rest of the season. Hopefully, we'll get her back summertime and get her ready for next season. Riley Richards, she's just doing what she's been doing from last year to this year. She's been consistent. Freshman Abby McKelvey, she's been shooting the ball pretty well. She's been contributing. Sophomore Tyranny Williams, she hit a spurt after a tough loss to DeSoto. Lost by 3, missed 4 free throws in the last minute, so that was a tough loss. She took that loss personally, and she kind of took off since that game a few weeks back. So we got a lot of underclassmen stepping up and playing well this year.
I'm going to break in here, John. A couple days ago, I forgot what day it was. It was the Bradenton Christian game. We had a show out here, and I wanted to see that. I actually hyped it up because that, to me, was going to be a really good benchmark for this team. I went out there. You were down by a lot the first quarter. I was like, I had to go home. I wake up the next day.
Yeah.
What a great comeback. Talk to us about that if you don't mind, Coach. Was that a second half adjustment? Are you starting to see something different with the kids this year that was a win instead of a loss? That would have been a loss a year ago, let's be honest.
It definitely would have been a loss a year ago. We just prevailed. You know, it was a physical game, back and forth. And then just going into that fourth quarter, you know, the girls just decided to dial in and turn it up and play hard. And they just gutted out a win. That's a pretty good win.
And to me, is that your best win of the season, would you say?
Oh, absolutely.
I would think that people might not know, Brayton Christian's always had a solid program, both boys and girls. They host their own tournaments, all that good stuff. So if you don't know much about high school sports, I was really hoping that would be a better start for me to stick around, but I had to go. But I'm so glad you did it.
Yeah.
Come back on that.
And it was pretty good. Is we actually last season at their place we lost to them by 1. So a lot of the girls from last year wanted to get back to that and get that little bit of a revenge win. So the fact that we were able to gut it out and get that win and continue our win streak at the time was pretty well. So
you said Port Charlotte last night. Don't forget Port Charlotte got to the Final Four last year. If I'm correct.
Absolutely.
So that's not a joke of a team out there.
No,
some great caliber players over there.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your upcoming future. We got tonight. You also said you have a Friday night game.
Correct.
Love Friday night basketball. That's a fun thing to see. Who are you playing Friday night?
We're playing another tough team in Parish.
Parish Community.
Yeah, Parish
the
Community.
Bulls. Yeah.
They took 2 from us last year. We played them early in the season, and we got the 1 win. So we just hope to get 2 from them this year.
And let's go to the really big event I want to get to, the Monday event. What's going on? Special event here, John. Here in the cage. I won't be able to see any of it because they're making me work the whole day. In the years past, I could come out. What do we got going on, Coach, on Monday?
So it's an MLK Classic, and we have ourselves and 5 other teams coming out. So we're going to have...
I think I need to call in sick that day.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be 3 basketball games starting at 2:30. I did it a couple of years ago. I had the boys involved, but Coach Powell was here. And it just fell off the following year. So I want to bring that back and hopefully sit down with Coach Matt and him and I can make it even bigger. I know, Tony Miller want to strangle me, but, having everyone come in on the day off. But just make it bigger and just have a good, fun day of basketball. And, we're going to have a DJ and we're going to have the pit crew out there cooking.
Oh, good.
So it's going to be a very good day.
So who are you taking on that Monday night?
That Monday night we take on Lakewood Ranch.
Okay.
Before us, it'll be Port Charlotte and First Baptist in Naples.
Oh, that's a good
game. And the first game of the afternoon will be Gateway, Fort Myers, and Manatee.
Does 1 ticket get you into all 3?
1 ticket to get you into all 3.
Guys, kids are off. Kids, you got Friday off as well, so there's no excuse to say.
Oh, yeah, that's
so
right.
You got Friday off to screw around. Come out Monday.
Right.
Support your lady Bobcats there on our MLK. I remember the first MLK tournament a couple years back. That was really neat. Was that the one we took on Port Charlotte, all 4 games?
All 4 games.
I announced all 4 of those games, and we took 3 out of 4.
3 out of 4.
I remember that. It was a really neat thing, and the DJ was fantastic.
Yep.
The pit crew's going to add a nice little class to it. I think it's going to be cold pizza and nachos. We're going to have barbecue and funnel fries. So, fans, if you've missed the pit crew, it's Coach Palm, Coach Palmer and Coach Hall's house. I'm at the blank there.
Yeah.
They're from the football team. They have a nice organization here. Great food, so it's not just stale chips and it's a nice hot meal.
Right.
So let's go back here a little bit to your team. All right. So you're 8-8.
8-8. Yeah.
Could have gone a little bit here, a little bit there, that kind of thing. So,
we let a few games slip away. I mean,
and they got a few more to wrap this up. What are you looking like at district-wise? Have you seen any scenarios yet coming your way?
Yeah, so as we sit right now, we will be hosting a district game.
Oh, good.
So as long as we keep up some wins and, the other school lose a few games, we still ranked above them. So we're hoping that, we get to host, which I think we will. Host a district game this year.
Do you know roughly what week that's going to be? Because soccer will be next week for the girls.
Yeah, so that'll be February 2nd.
So early February.
Yeah, early February.
So that's going to be exciting. The girls got to realize that these last games really do matter for placement.
Yeah.
And since it's that secret equation that we never know.
Never know.
It's like the number pops up. Oh, now we're 200. Now we're 220. It's like, what is going on? So who's in your district? Runs the district teams again?
So it's Riverview, Sarasota, Venice, Sarasota, us, and Lehigh.
Lehigh, gotcha.
Yeah.
I think the soccer is the same way because they're taking on Lehigh in their predicted scenario.
Okay, yeah. So if playoffs would start today, we would be hosting Lehigh.
Excellent. There you go.
Yeah.
So, Coach, I'm really excited. I remember at the beginning of the season, some questions over who's going to step up and not. Who would you say right now, if you had to, I wouldn't say MVP, but who's your glue player? I like the word glue player. I learned that years ago. Who holds it all together the best? No, maybe not your best scorer, maybe not your best defender.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Everyone holds it together. I mean, if you be around these girls, great group of girls. There's no drama. Everyone gets along. It could be Gabby one night that holds us together. It could be Riley the next night. It could be Amanda the next night. So each girl just takes on the role of holding everybody together. So it's just a great group of girls, and it's been a pleasure being around with this.
How about this? When we do our after review, the wrap-up episode, we'd like to have them all on again.
Yeah,
I mean, for a few minutes.
Yeah, I can bring in the starting five and just let
that would
you
be fantastic. Let's
starting five.
Speaking of players, what about your daughter? We got for the race. We got to give her a shout out for showing up. Want to get her in there? She's too nervous.
Nah, she's nervous.
She's nervous. Not many people would get up that morning. So is she gonna play for us one day?
That's the plan.
Future Bobcat over there.
That's the plan.
All right.
That's the plan.
Well, Coach, we got a lot to do. Good luck to you. Depending on the soccer game, if I get over here in time to watch some of it, I'll see what I can do. But good luck with everything. Good job, Coach. All right, John. That was Coach Tillman, Curtis Tillman, our varsity girls coach now for I want to say 4 to 5 seasons, I believe, and 5 seasons. So we're gonna wish them the best tonight. Again, Friday night as well. So great job. You got 2 options tonight, students. I know it's midterm studying, but if you need to blow off some steam, you can come inside where it's warmer for the girls' game. Go outside, watch the soccer as well. All right, John, we're going to shut it down right here. I want to thank you.
We are, but I want to ask you a direct question, Sean.
Yes, sir.
What would it mean to you to have athletes be part of this show?
Well, go back in time, John, back to July of last summer, not this summer, last summer. I think one of our top priorities was getting the students on more than the coaches because we like the coaches. Trust me, we love their analysis, we love their insights. But we set this show up to highlight the good things in this high school, and 99% of that's the kids. It's kid-driven, of course, because that's why it's a high school. I would love to have a kid on every episode. I have been trying really hard to do it. It's been really tough getting them on. I know they're busy. A lot of them have jobs after the practices. But parents, I've been begging you all to have. And I think some of our best episodes have been the ones with the students. We had Corbin White on. His whole family from California popped on. We've had some of the swimmers and the wrestlers as well. So some of our most watched episodes have been the ones where the student athletes are directly highlighted.
Great to have the coaches, but it's more meaningful to have the students.
Yeah, John and I, we never had this growing up. We would never have had a way to get the word out that we're doing great in whatever sport it is we're doing. So take advantage of us while you can, people. You got the technology for free. Let's do it.
Yeah, so anybody can help us out with that. Tony, we would love to get some more student activity involved. We're gonna work on that really hard. We're focused and ready to go. And we want to keep the away football games being filmed. I've been talking about that at the radio station because we're really a media center now because we've got so many social media streamings. And you did a great job with that last year. We coordinated all those things. And we had so much feedback from not just the parents, but other family members that would have never gotten to see those games.
And that was just my cell phone. Imagine if I had a real camera.
I'm working on it. So. Or
even better, John, let's get some students to be the AV team.
I would love it.
Team?
I would love it.
Audiovisual. I would love to have the kids, the TV production students, if you're watching us. And not only students, if you're watching us, if you're AV related, it will go for your resume. It will go as experience that you were a audiovisual technician for a real sports show.
And we're a 5013C.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? Volunteer hours count.
Exactly.
So help us help the school.
And the resume, I'm telling you guys, resumes are everything, especially in the sports world. If you have experience, broadcasting sporting events in high school, that really helps you out in the college journalism program. So please, parents, if you have some interested AV students, we'd love to talk to them about this.
All right. Well, 15 minutes in, we did a good job.
There you go.
And we're focused. Coaches, join us. We're going to keep these short, sweet, and right to the point because we're really focused on success of your program. So I hope we can build this thing even stronger than it is right now. But Tony Miller, I'm going to give you a shout out, brother. You're a good AD. Let's get some more support from the coaches. Thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate your time.
Yep.
And we'll talk to you soon.
See you. Take care. Bye.
Go Bobcats.